Hello and welcome back to Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright's Attorney. Today we're doing day 3 investigation. It's been a few days. I have been busy, so I haven't had time to do any recording, but we're close to the end, so I'm going to try and get it done in the next 3 days. Anyway, I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dart killings. Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. Lana wanted Dart convicted so bad. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What do you mean what happened to you? It's all there in the Joe Dart's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. But what did you have to do with those killings, Ellen? On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dart tried to kill him. Officer Marshall's brother Neil was only trying to save him. So that means you... Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dart trial. It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of the year too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together when she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Dart. It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother. Joe Dart tried to take me hostage, but before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then what happened? I'll never forget it. Bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. So you were unable to testify about that? No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up. Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence? The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it. Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. I don't know about that. I mean, it's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she is today. What did you see in the instant that crime occurred? Dart knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. Oh Christ. When I came to, Lana was cradling me. Poor Emma. You've been through so much. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. 2 years ago, you must have been 40. Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies, find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way Lana would never have to forge it. I see. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. There's something that's puzzling me. What is it? You said you were in Lana's office at the time, right? That's right. Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor. Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dart had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for question? You mean by the police? Of course, this happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview. He flew into my sister's office. But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office? Because the detective offices and the question room are right across from the elevator. Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly, didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force. She was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Lana used to be a detective. We're hearing it now. Detention center. Lana, Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble, falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we? But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risks. Lana, Emma told me about you. Oh? About how you were a detective 2 years ago. And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Could you fill me in on the details? I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. Oh, here we go. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you would always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness Miss Starr said about you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me. It's true, I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing. They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together. Chief Gant? He was the deputy chief of police back then. He still worked the crime scene. Damon Gant. He was everything I aspired to be. But now you're chief prosecutor, what happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. To gain experience investigating crime scenes, so you could use that experience in court, right? Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police. 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark. Second in command? That means the investigation lead was Damon Gant. Yes, Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigation. We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place. Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stage and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down and fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself. So you were the first person to run to the scene? It appears so. I was finding some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies? And the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion. What did you do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room and just held her. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident? That's right. Quite a coincidence, I don't buy it. There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance. That case was solved 2 years ago. At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dart. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department. The office that Mr. Gamp now occupies by himself. Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office. Really? I don't know about that one. No one's here today, not even Miss Stark. Yeah, we won't be talking on these bits. We've already done all these step ladders. Oh. Let's move to Hyperscoot's office. Ah. Howdy, Bambina. Oh, Mr. Marshall. I never thought things would turn out this way when I woke up this morning. Okay, Sarah. You never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambina? I should have known my luck would run out when old Billy dried up this morning. Billy? Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner. Mr. Marshall, why did you do it? Why do prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I needn't know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in this, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. Now don't move, idiot. Something was fishy about the trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either, all the detective thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean that switchblade knife with the broken tip? That was Joe Dobbs, alright. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. Question? The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. It means there was a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. That case left behind scars on all of us. Scars that the SO9 incident left behind. I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I just made detective when I went down. It was our first case together. How old was he? He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You mean the King of Prosecutors? What are you looking at me like that? That's an honor for a prosecutor. That's right. It was the day of the evidence transfer. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall they were fine. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Detective Goodman was murdered and the evidence locker was empty. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. The star was 5 and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They? Who are you talking about? Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gent and Lana Scott. Ah, these bits. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yep, Damon Gant, the new chief of police. She's never been the same since she left. I keep changing his voice. Chief Prosecutor Scar was totally different when she was a detective. Now that he mentioned it, ever said something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Sorry, Brown Bean, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. And someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. Yeah, he just bit the top of that off. Adios, Bambina. Adios. So it's always pretty empty besides deserted. Huh? Thanks. You'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office? Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the Chief's office. Really? Oh, okay. Oh, wow, look at this piano. Whoa, where am I? In the Chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door. Check out that pineapple. It's real. They used to call me Little Miss Bob. I thought I was a genius. No. I never could remember where C was. Oh, it's you two. Chief Gant. You put that paper he was reading in his desk. So, right, have you been swimming lately? No, I haven't. Been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too with Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? 2 years have passed since that incident. My old time flies. See that big picture on the wall over there? That's a picture of Lana, Neil and me. So this is Mr. Marshall's brother. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. I can't seem to put my finger on it though. There's the vase. In the back. The vase that we found bloody on the floor. It wouldn't surprise me if it was him who killed Detective Goodman, Chief Gant. I'm going to lock up here, so let's get out together. Oh, but it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we'd still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. X. So we are welcome. Seems that case isn't over with yet. After all, what do you mean? Chief Gant denied our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there. You mean like a clue? Good luck with that. Hey pal, Detective Gumshoe, aren't you supposed to be in a meeting? I'm just taking a breather, my feet hurt. From sitting so long? Actually, from serving everyone coffee. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No, why do you ask? He's under fire from both the police. Oh, Christ. That sounds serious. Is it because of what my sister said? That's basically what it all boils down to. Falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Joe fetched the whole world after his blood. Yikes. But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was full. Lana Sky is the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there have been a lot of rumours going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor has kept him safe from those who don't like him. But now with this, are there really so many people who hate him? In our world, only those with talent rise to the top, Mr. Edgeworth. Not only his dad, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know of for making enemies. Hey, Dick, keep up the good work. Thank you. Yes, sir. You gotta take me out to that joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir. Seems we don't have any problem with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about it. Under all this pressure, Christ. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while the coffee was brewing. Well, did you find out anything? The only evidence Dart left behind was Junie's final attack. His final attack? You mean when he killed Prosecutor Marshall who was trying to protect some girl? Me. That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all. Well, what was it? Let's see, I think it had something to do with the murder. Oh, I forgot. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay? Maybe we should show him the murder. Just jog his memory. It might do. Or not. Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman. What made him take to serial killer? One day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. With his car? So it was an accident? An accident, yes. But it transformed him into an animal. An animal? He killed a man. A kid walked by just then, so he killed him too. Then when he was burying the bodies, a jogger came upon the scene and was killed as well. Seems he was a pretty careless animal. Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence. So he turned himself in. Yes, but with his question, he fled and murdered his final victim. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed. That last witness. Oh. Garmashu, bro. You need to be more transparent with your wording about this. Oh yes, Dad. It has a tag attached to it, the label SL9 inside. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. What are you going to do with it? Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in the locker. On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, it suddenly disappeared from the locker and was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. That's it. Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me. Quick before you forget again. This knife, it was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right. We traced it back to the storyboard, plus it had all his fingerprints on it too. But no one actually witnessed him use it to murder anyone, right? That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at this knife, you'll see it's broken. You don't have to take a good look to notice that. Yeah, well anyway, take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in. Where was it? The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. It was found deep inside the stab wound. Did it match Dark's knife? You bet. Down to the last fiber. That's pretty conclusive. Ah. Okay. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? It's not money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene. swear prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay. Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door. But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust. Breach of trust? Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh, sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. That won't work either. Data was deleted the day you died. Oh. I wonder if there's something we can show that would change his mind. Like what? I have no idea. Whoa, 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 whoa! Piss off. Okay, let's move. I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet. There he is. It looks like he's writing something. What are you doing here? She was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh? I've had to live the past 2 years with rumours flying around. What's another allegation to me? Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm rooting for you. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide these your feelings. So what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. Here. What did you throw on the floor, Edgeworth? Huh? Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshot the window there? Oh no, he's fallen into the ground. Hold on. First let me see what the girl was doing crawling around my feet. What letter of If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation. Resignation, Edgeworth, you don't mean. I'm tired, Wright. I feel as if something inside me has died. But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault. I know the path I've walked, and the path I've walked hasn't been adjusted. I'll forgive myself for what I've done. No one else should forgive me either. This letter of resignation, I wonder if I can use it for anything. Oh! Alright, I don't need to do this. Because I've already got this, so we're just going to skip talking on these bits. We don't really need to do this. Don't need to read this because we've already heard most of this. Actually, while I'm in, let me see, can I present that photo to them? Prosecutor Neil Marshall, he had just started making a name for himself. Right, it looks like if this was taken when he received the King of the Prosecutors trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes. The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding is a little different than yours. Yes, you're right. I remember now. That was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design. A story? Simple, really. Contradiction, that's what the award's based on. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with two characters. The first means halberd and the second means shield. Sure. Everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it though for Emma's sake? Very well. Long ago in the kingdom of Chu, there was an armed merchant. One day he presented the king with two items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield of armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Those claims contradict each other. Very perceptive. Then again, you've heard this story before. Anyway, as you mentioned, the description of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. Thus, the Chinese word for contradiction was born. Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and broken knife symbolise. Precisely so. They symbolise the merchant's item. Ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words. But it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this. That's funny. That's so, then why were you only given a shield? You have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago he had the halberd part of the award abolished. It's a good thing I spoke to him then, isn't it? Excuse me. Would either of you care for a quarter pound of roast beef? Miss Star, I guess she's out of lunches. Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. Still, I never thought you'd go digging at that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transfer. This cannot be attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know that little scene I happened to witness? No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savoured when eaten. Hey, got that trophy. Joe Dark, that's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year, under pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her, Lana Sky. The best were put on that SL9 case. Of course they were led by that legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gant. Yeah, Chief Gant's getting a lot of screen time right now. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Square transferred to the prosecutor's office. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Square was merely being used as a pawn. She was being used? Yes, by Chief Gant. Gant led the investigation with Lana second in command. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism? By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. It produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled. Oh yes, there were rumours about him even back then. No one dared confront him though. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh, yes, myself included. She hated anything crooked and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would have recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief? That's right. Having solved the SR9 case, his position as chief was secure. There was only one thing left for him to control, and then no one could stand in his way. Prosecutor's office. What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. How could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. There must have been a reason for her change. Oh, you listen to me, Ricky. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. Hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Okay. Criminal Affairs Department, I remember. Oh, you're back. You still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. Turning into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ. That DJ. I'm not letting you in the chief's office, period. I'll beat my neck on it. I have to take a look in there. There's got to be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. What's this crumpled up piece of paper? No way. Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they pushed him this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice too. But I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him. That's it. I've made up my mind. But, here, take my ID card. We can't do that if someone found out. Look at me, it's no secret I'm already out there. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. What? Alright, detective. Thank you. Ah, okay. Let's move here. Here goes Mr. Wright. Oi. Oi, oi. Do, do, do. We're in. If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoes are gone. If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Yeah. Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. Didn't even know you could slap a ghost. What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? So I came too. If you're here, then what's the point in giving us your ID card? We got a chance to come in, so I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Well, if we're lucky. Okay. Let's examine. What are we going to examine? The window! Oh, wow. Huh. This was Lana's desk. Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner. There's not even any dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. No, Chief Gant must still keep it clean in memory of their partnership. They were the stuff legends are made of. Does he keep it in memory of them or just memory of the crime? The crime, more than likely. After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture of him and went along with Chief Gant to custom die. But he never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later. Gee, you think? Oh, come on! Chief's organ sure is a sight to behold. Occasionally we hear him playing it from the Criminal Affairs Department. When the detective screws up, the chief calls them to his office and makes them listen to the organ for hours. After that, the detective can't hear anything for days except for the ringing in their ears. But aren't the chief's ears affected? He never listens to anyone anyway. That's beside. Okay. Wow, look at that size of Chief Gant's desk. Oh yes, he put something in his desk. I wonder what he was reading. This looks like a list of evidence. A list of evidence? In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this does. Hey, look at the case name. Oh. Hold on, detective. What did you just say? I said I wonder what... No, about evidence lists. Normally they're twice as long. That's right, I guess there's not a lot of evidence. A half-size list of evidence. Edgeworth said the same. What would the other half of the list be doing here? Maybe the chief must be hiding something about that case. It would appear so. Wow, yeah. This is the real deal, isn't it? This armor and these weapons. Sure is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations. First the pipe organ, now this armor. Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? That's I'm not paying 1 cent of my tax. You don't have any taxes to pay. Who knows? The chief may be hiding in this armor as we speak. I don't think he'd fit in there. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get down. Can't allow you guys don't know how scary that guy can be. Tell me! Oh! What is it? Did you find something? I can't make it out. I better keep quiet about it for now. Oh no, it's nothing. Why are your eyes moving about like that, Mr. Wright? I better not forget about this picture. That's it. I'm sure Emma said she drew a picture. She did say she drew a picture. Interesting. Safe. That word is ripe with intrigue. Okay, if you say so. Looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it. 7-digit number. Do you know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know. You want to try my birthday? It's... I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. Bingo! What number did you enter? Whose birthday was that, pal? 777. Final ID card number on that record. What? The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room. You mean 77777? That ID number? I think you're 1 7 shy this time. This can only mean one thing. That Chief Gant's ID number. Told you. I've got a feeling as soon as they started talking about him, I had a feeling it was him. Yes, that's why I was waiting for Lon on that day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now? No, sir. That's a strange reason to leave it there. Told us to himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see. So ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that mess. No one except Chief Gan, the cleaning lady who's in here each morning. Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, that's the only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think? Nah, you wouldn't be no. Oh, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay, now then, let's look around a bit more. Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy. Someone told you don't worry about it. It's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go with that. I'm sorry. Okay, so what's bothering you? You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings yet. There you go, ignoring me again. Yeah, it looks like the right side of the floor's been torn off. So Mr. Edgeworth, this really was only half of the whole thing. Something else is bugging me more than that. Take a look at the back of that phone there. Yeah, I've already looked at the damn band. Hang on, I think I can still. I can switch some in the safe. How much does he have stashed away? Oh look, it's a shard from a broken cup. This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? Oh, it's the vase. What's this? It looks like a piece of leather cloth. This is a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I'm so sorry. Shut up. What? You think the chief made up the design? I don't think so. Oh, well, it was just a thought. Is that it? This is all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. Piece of cloth with a handprint on it and a broken shard from a cup. They look like pieces of evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take it. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Oh, there's got to be something we can show the detective. Well, yes, there is. Actually. Set some gumshoe, could you have a look at this jar? I remember when the three of us put that back together. It's kind of early to be nostalgic. So this jar a piece of evidence from that case? That's right. One of the shards had an SL9 incident sticker on. Doesn't this ring any bells? You know what the fragment we just found? You mean this one? Yes, that one. That was in the safe. Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do. Mr. Wright, here's some glue. If I can piece this together again, it'll prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Here goes. Oh! There, it fits like a charm. That of course means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. But, hey guys, get a load of this! What is it? This piece you just attached. It's different from the others. There's a reddish line. Reddish line. It's blood. I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his... Because he did. The one who killed him, bro. Detective Gumshoe, let you have a look at this. Hey, I know what that is. So you want to take some fingerprints? That's a great idea, Detective. What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that? It's not your fingerprints we want to take. Oh, come on, this isn't the time for jokes. We're talking about that cloth we found in the safe. I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Jeez, where's your sense of humour? Oh. Yes, I know how to do it. Nah, the bloody do it. Need to hurry up though, because I've got to here. I gave it my best shot. That kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it? Gave it my best shot. No. Let's try the farm. I think I found one arm, one leg, one other the head can move it. Wow. Really? Interesting. Whoa, if you give it. I'll stop. Really? It's the last one I've got to try the middle finger. You're crazy. It was as well, that's crazy. There we go. Whose fingerprint is that? Oh, it's Emma's. No, how can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints were they? It seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match. Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints. Psst. Hey, you, over here. What's going on here? What are the kids' prints doing inside the chief's safe? Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now. Here, maybe you should hold on to this. Damn. Well, was I any help? Of course. Now, that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat? Chief Goat? You didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in science. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then I thought of a certain detective. Do you read me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir, sorry. Oh, you in the coat. Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. But, sir. Now get out. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, no, he's lost his chip. We'll be on our way too, then. Wait, you. The one without the spiky hair. Lisa, I'd like a word with you. Sir, I'm not a you with the spiky hair. You're free to go. Mr. Wright. Look, pal, if I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. Chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, did you? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but I wonder if it'd be like this. I never would have said it. I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has she kept that eerie something about it all this time? Later, pal. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask us a question, but she'll be busy for the rest of the day. I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questions. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all I can. What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job limiting you. Rather jets. It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now's the chance to get to tell me the rest of the story. Oh, Christ. Yeah, well, I've got 3 minutes, so... You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hits me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth, it's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting, no. I think afraid of is more likely. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, who, may I ask, is this person you're speaking of? Well, Mr. Wright, you are addressing the Chief Prosecutor. Do not forget your place. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? We were with partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did, specifically hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offences. Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other. If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just one. Show me proof. Oh, Christ. Just found this in a safe in the Chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touche, Mr. Wright, says you surmise. Even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago I had no choice but to cooperate. Or perhaps I should say follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Right, I'm going to have to end it here. Right, let me just quickly rush through. Oh, so he told her to get rid of the body. You were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Come on. The murder? You mean Edgeworth's knife? That would be Edgeworth's knife. Right, thank you for watching. I will be back next time when I will be doing the final day of the court trial. Thank you and goodbye.